Hi, my name is Teresa Rucker. I am doing this video on serve and return. I completed this assignment with my two grandsons that are ages 1 and 2. Byron is very temperamental, quiet, kind of laid back. Alex is the go-getter of the two, and he's not that he's rowdy, but he like to be the center of attention, and he thinks it's all about him. On each step of the brain, the 5 steps of building for brain building, serve and return. On the first step is notice is brain building, serve and return. The concept is allowing the children to lead and you follow their lead. It is also adult child relationship with a lot of interaction that helps build the child brain. On the first step, on the first step was share the focus, and on share the focus is where you uh focus in on what the child is doing, and you go by that lead and you follow that lead. And what we done on this one is we were the 1-year-old Byron would pick up a book and give it to me, and I would just look at the book with him and encourage him, and then I focus more on what he done. On what Alex, the 2-year-old, done, he just kind of wanted to move around and crawl around on the bed, and so we just focused on that, and we went back and forth, and it's just mostly building by noticing the serve. You learn a lot about a child's ability. So by noticing what they was focused on and going with that, that helped me to really focus more on them and to and to rely on what they were doing and just to kind of go along with that. On return the serve by supporting and encouraging. On returning the serve, I offered them comfort. I offered them encouragement. I helped them and I played with them, and I would smile at them. I would say, I see what you're doing, or I would nod my head with them. Also, I would pick up an object that they were pointing to. Like if BB would point to the truck, so I would pick up the truck and then I would hold it up and let him get it. With Byron, he was pointing at the book or pointing at other items that was on the bed. So with Alex, with Alex on that, I would pick up what he was pointing to. I gave hugs, I gave kisses, I gave them high fives, I gave them encouragement, and I just kind of supported and encouraged whatever they were doing or whatever they wanted to do. And that's how we done the return the serve by support and encouraging. On step 3 is give it a name. On this step, when Byron would pick up something, if he pick up a car, I say red car, green car, blue car, whatever color the item was that he picked up, or whatever the item was that he picked up, I would name it. With Alex, he wanted to point to animals in the book, so I would say, yes, I see the cow. The cow is white with black spots, so I see the brown horse, or I see the blue balloon, or I see the blue ball. And so by giving it a name, it helps connect that to the brain, and then we can the child can understand the words, and you can, and as I name things or action or a feeling or a combination of both, then it helped the kids to realize what that item was, and it helped the kids to acknowledge what that item was, and it helped them to learn the words to that item. And this it helped them open up to the word around them as they learn to name things, and giving them the word for the things that they need to name. On step 4, which is take turns, Byron, the 1-year-old, would hand me something. I would hand it back to him. He would hand me something else. I would give it back to him. I would pick up something and give it to him and ask him to give it back to me. And I would ask him to say certain words, and I would give him the time to say the words. But because he is not at the age where he can really talk yet, it's just a babble, and he would say a few words. With Alex, the 2-year-old, he would hand me the ball, I give him the ball back. He hand me the balloon, I give him the balloon back. He hand me the truck, I give him the truck back. He hand me the book, and I would give him the book back. And then I would talk to Alice and ask him questions, or ask him to repeat words, and then I would pause long enough for him and give him enough time to repeat the word. I would pause long enough to give him enough time to say the word, and I would pause long enough to give him enough time to know what the word was, or to know what the item was. And this would help him to learn words also, and this would help him to talk more. Alice is able to talk more, so it was a little bit easier with the taking turns back and forth with using words and talking. With Byron, it was a little more complicated because, like I stated before, he is not able to say a whole lots of words. And in step 5, which is practice ending and beginning. With Byron, as long as he was interested in the activity or interested in what we were working on, then I would keep going. But once he would push something away or turn his head or try to move away from it, then I would stop the activity. And once and also with Alex, as long as he was interested, we kept the activity going, kept the activity going, kept the activity going. But once he showed me that he was finished with it by turning away, by moving away, by pushing away, then we stopped that activity and we moved on to something else that they were interested in doing. And by doing this, it lets them know that they have the lead and that we are willing to stop and move on and do whatever they are all done. And when you cheer this focus, you notice that your child, I noticed that when they was ready to end something and begin something new. What I learned from this is that I learned that you can do serve and return all day, every day with children. And I learned that if you focus on what the children are doing and focus more on the kids, that this serve and return is a way to help them build their brain. And that's a way to help them communicate it within this in their environment. And the reason I chose these activities that I did is because it was something I knew they would be focused on. I knew it was activities we could complete together, and I knew it was activities that would get them engaged. What I observed in the children's behavior, I said Byron, by him being so young, he really didn't want to sit down and participate. He kind of wanted to wander around, look around, do this, do that, pick up this, put up that. And Alice is just so energetic that it was hard to get him to sit down to really complete the activity. But once I could get him set down and interested in activity, he would do it and he would complete it. But what I observed is that it really takes a lot of time. It really takes a lot of putting more effort into this activity, and it really takes a lot of time on really focusing and following what the kids are doing and following their leads. And it's more important to follow their lead as you do the serve and return, because not only does it help to encourage them, and not only does it teach them words, not only does it teach them language, not only does it teach them other skills that they now want to know, it also shows them that you are there with them and that you are encouraging them and that you are following their lead. And it's just all around a good thing to use in the classroom and a good thing to help build communication and all other skills with the kids. And again, my name is Teresa Rucker, and this is for my supporting CE 413, supporting social and emotional development in young children.